very recently, Arizona and Governor Ducey has signed new legislation, SB 1168. Why don't you tell our listeners a little bit about that and what it means for short-term rentals?
Right, yeah. Just recently, Ducey signed SB 1168, again, trying to strike this balance between authorizing short-term rentals and also regulating party houses and trying to be good neighbors. So 1168 is referred to as the three strike rule that now imposes. Actually, it's kind of an interesting law because it doesn't actually create any fines or impose any requirements in and of itself. All 1168 does is it authorizes the cities to go and enact their own ordinances consistent with 1168. So I just met with a client earlier today that has a property in Fountain Hills that is immediately adjacent to a party house. They've had in less than 12 months, the party next door has had 150 parties.
Oh,
That's like one every 2 days. So 150 parties. So this bill definitely is aimed at this property in Fountain Hills. The bummer for him is that this law doesn't give him any teeth. It doesn't give the state any teeth. It doesn't give Fountain Hills any teeth yet. So what this means is Fountain Hills still needs to go and pass their own ordinance that will now be consistent with this. So what 1168 is basically suggesting is that the states impose ordinances that have a three strikes rule that sets a fine of either $500 or one night's rent. So if it's a short-term rental property, if they're renting it for $1,000 a night, then the first violation would be $1,000 a night or $500, whatever is more. For a second violation, it doubles that. And then for a third violation, it goes to either $3,500 or 3 nights rent. So there's some pretty steep fines there. But what I think is really important is that this new law now authorizes the cities to suspend the licensing of the short-term rental operators. So the short-term rental operators are required to obtain a permit now under this new law. And there's going to be so many of those that they'll hand out. So the short-term rental operators will have to apply for and obtain a operation permit, and then that permit can be suspended if the operator gets 3 or more violations in 12 months' time. There's a third requirement. Oh yeah, the third requirement is that they have to have a local contact, like not somebody in Canada or California. There needs to be local boots on the ground here that can respond to complaints.